Alright guys, today we're going to be setting up this silo unloader up there, and we got some high moisture corn in here that we ground up last fall, and we gotta get this plastic off, lower the silo down, or the unloader down, clean all the rotten out and set it up so it can feed out. So that's what we're going to do today. Alright, so we got this unloader down on the silage, or not the silage, the high moisture now. As you can see, we have dug all the rotten out of here. There wasn't very much. So now all that's left to do is to set up the spout and grease it and give it to her. At the end of this clip, I go over how the unloader itself works, but I just want to go over how a silo functions. So the whole idea behind it is to reduce spoilage in feed. Over time that deteriorates because you can see all the seams there where those concrete panels interlock. That's all shotcreted. Over time those break down start falling apart and letting air in, and it does spoil a little bit more after the silos have been around for a while. However, this high moisture had very little spoilage on it. When you get into things like haylage and corn silage, it has a great deal more, mostly because the grain packs down way better than forages do. So the way that the silo fills is in a cone formation, or reverse cone. It'll be really low in the center, and then the sides will be built up. Now, when it gets to the top, the level of silage that is, that auger that you see spinning around right now is on, and it goes around and it knocks down the edge of the cone and slowly draws it into the center, and it levels it out. The only thing you got to be careful with on that is that you don't overfill the silo, and then it covers the whole unloader itself, and then it bends things because it settles, the feed settles while it's still on the unloader. So you got to pay careful attention to that when it's filling. But when it's unloading the feed that's in it, it takes down little by little at a time, and the problem with that is that as it's filled, it's put in layers, and it's taken out in those same layers on the way out, except for the way it's mixed is, when you think about it, this is taking off a flat surface, and when it was put in the layers, the layers were cones. So it does mix the feed up a little bit, but not very much. So you'll have some high quality stuff that could be right on top of some low quality stuff, and it'll change very quickly, and that can screw with the rations a lot. Now in a bunker, it's layered in the same way. What I mean by that is it's layered on top of itself, but the way it's taken out is different. As you've seen in my previous videos on defacing, in a bunker you can see all the layers in it, but when you deface, it takes off a little bit of each of those layers, and it's all mixed up for the cows, and it makes feed quality a lot more consistent. In a bunker, it's easier to maintain, I believe. Even though there may be a little bit more spoilage, it's still easier to maintain because you can use bigger equipment and so forth. But everything has its purpose. So I'll get back to the video. All right, so the unloader's running good here. It's always going to take it a couple times around in order to get it leveled out and start throwing out good, or steady anyways. This high moisture is going to be a lot easier on it than the haylage, which is what we usually run in the silos. It's just the way it is, how the haylage packs down. So the way this thing works, it's got an auger out here that pulls it into the center, and right there is a blower which throws it up and out of the spout and out the door. The way it gets the electricity to the motor there is through brushes on a ring. So the power comes in this cord into this box, and there's brushes on the ring, and then on the back side of the rings there's wires hooked up to them which go out to the motor, which allows the thing to spin without twisting cords. This big belt here is for the pulley. This little one is what drives the auger. And then off that gearbox there, the back side of the auger, it drives this gearbox, which forces the auger to spin around. That's why they call it a ring drive. This part here is for when we fill it. That spout sits in the center, and then it slowly spins around in a circle. It makes about one round every 5 minutes, and that just kicks it out to the outside, and it slowly fills itself up to the top. It forage comes in that spout up there and drops down. So that's probably going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment, and see you next time.